get on with this. Jake tells me I've got a tight slot. A bit personal, but I'll take a compliment from anywhere these days. Little introduction, I'm Sam Fraser, and sometimes I present the weather on regional telly here in the south. I'm what's known as the standby presenter, the sort of emergency knickers of broadcasting, lightly soiled but good for another day. And sometimes people refer to me as a weather girl, and that's becoming increasingly problematic because, as you can see, and perhaps Matthew, you could vouch for me, I stand before you a fully grown-up adult woman. Thank you very much. All the right lumps in mostly the right places, right? Thank you very much. And I've been grown up now for so long that somebody recently described me as middle-aged. Absolutely. I had to turn the bloody arches up to full volume to drown them out. And whilst it may be true that I've reached that age where people are buying me sort of hand cream and candles for my birthday, I know, right? What happened to the nipple tassels? In my head, like mentally, I'm still very much passed out under a desk at the school disco. And I don't feel like this phrase, middle-aged, suits me. I'm turned off by it. So what I've done is I've come up with a phrase that I think better suits me, better describes this place that I'm in my life. See what you think of this. I've called it executive youth. And it's basically for anybody between, say, 40 and dead. So I don't know, is that anybody? Give me a whoop if you're an executive. Yay! Yes, Generation X in the house. Everybody's reared on Pop-Tarts and Panda Pops. Yes. So I like being in executive youth, and I love having you in the audience, the executive youth among you, because if I were to go off at a tangent and let you in on a niche fantasy I have involving me, Monty Don off Gardener's World, and Steve from the repair shop, we'll all know who I'm talking about. You all know Steve, yeah? The one with the sexy quarter-zip, 2 pairs of glasses, yeah? My ideal man. So fucking short-sighted. Last thing at night, first thing in the morning, I'm just a blurred vision of loveliness. And as for Monty Don, well, let me tell you, friends, it's not just his fingers that are green. An unlikely threesome, I think you'll agree, but I think it'll be a whole lot of fun. Okay, so executive youth, there are loads of signs. You'll know if you're in executive youth if, say, there's a teenager in your life who's ever told you to stay the fuck away from TikTok. It's just really embarrassing, Mom. It's just, you'll embarrass yourself, you'll embarrass me, it's really embarrassing. Because you get to this point in your life, and there are certain social media platforms you're not allowed to go on. So I'm not allowed on TikTok, I can't go on Snapchat. I am allowed to go on Facebook, because that's for old people. And I can go on WhatsApp, but only if I promise never to use punctuation. Because I don't know if you realise this, Mom, but like full stop's like really aggressive. I was educated in the 80s, loves. I just want things to make sense. Just wait till I find out about my OnlyFans account. But yeah, executive youth, there are loads of signs. You'll know if you're an executive youth if, for example, you've ever considered taking out a National Trust membership. Like, not to go around the houses, just for the parking, just for the parking. But there are loads of signs, and I started noticing them a few years ago. This happened to me when it was the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Do you remember that? So I popped into Marx's because they had some great merch. I was looking at all of the souvenir goodies for the Platinum Jubilee, and I came across this amazing biscuit tin. Okay, it was a limited edition, £8, it was sort of round silver, it revolved, you wound it up, musical, it played God Save the Queen. £8, limited edition. I picked it up, and out loud, in the middle of Marx's, I went, "Oh my God, such fun!" 23-year-old Sam, fun was a foam party in Napa. Fun was losing your thumb on the dance floor. Fun was never a fucking biscuit tin from M&S. And I think she had a point. And when it comes to the thongs as well, I don't know for any women my sort of age in the audience, massively over the thong thing. Like, younger women than me might be happy to be oppressed by their underwear, but I don't think anybody should be wearing pants you can put on sideways without even noticing. So don't wear thongs anymore.
You do?
TMI, love, TMI. Oh my God, Bev, what are you doing with him?
It takes me ages to do it. I can't even bloody learn.
Lenny, see me later. I don't wear thongs anymore, except in a niche fantasy I have, where I'm stuck in a lift with Monty Don of Gardener's World. He tears off my thong with his teeth and goes down, and then up, and then down again, because the lift mechanism's broken. Steve from the repair shop, nowhere to be seen. Eventually, the fire brigade comes along, and a handsome man in uniform, branding his enormous hose, rescues me really hard. From behind. But I digress. Now, where was I? I was talking about executive youth and all the signs. Okay, so here's another sign just from the other week. So I was out with a load of girls from work, and sort of full range of ages, but I was probably towards the senior end. We're out for cocktails, and their phones are going off left, right and centre. So someone's been poked from one side, someone else has had a wave, someone else has had an uninvited dick pic, because of that can happen. And my phone goes off. Hello, girls. Oh, I know what this could be. It's an alert from Lidl. I'm entitled to a free item from the bakery. Yeah, get your lips around that pop baguette. But I think I realised that I'd arrived in executive youth. The final sign was I developed a problem with my big toe joint. Okay, so my big toe seized up, couldn't bend it, it was really, really painful. And it was putting my high heels on really painful, and I kind of got this warm sensation as well. I said to my husband, my feet are hot. And he was like, Sam, you've got 2 corns and a verruca, there's nothing hot about your feet. But because it was so painful, I popped along to the doctor. When I say popped along, I waited 5.5 weeks for an appointment with the doctor, and when I got there, he was really quite unsympathetic. What you've got, he said, as he prodded my rigid, unbending toe, is a permanent stiffy. So be careful what you wish for, because dreams really can come true. But I am loving you, Lenny. I'm serious. See me later, you and me, and getting it on. As painful as it is to cram my feet into those high heels, I do it because it helps me to be at the right height for the TV weather map. So, here in central Southern, I'm aiming to have my tits pointing at Petersfield, my arse in the general direction of Weymouth. And I know that you're all thinking, weather presenting, I thought it was all about cold fronts, isobars, torrential rain. And I'm here to tell you, Lenny and friends, it's not. It's about tits and arse. And I didn't know this when I took the job. Nobody told me that within a fortnight of appearing on screen, my arse would have its own online fan club. Or that I would find myself on a YouTube channel called Babes of Britain. I know, right? And I know that as a progressive feminist, I should be absolutely outraged and appalled by that. But the truth, I was really quite flattered. Because I've told you, I'm an executive youth. I thought my babe days were well and truly behind me. Turns out they're not. Turns out there's a whole audience of men out there watching me present the weather with the remote control in one hand and a rolled up sock in the other. Not quite so flattering now. So I wasn't ready for the scrutiny and I wasn't ready for the presents, because I get sent a lot of presents, and I got sent a pair of stockings that came with a very sweet letter, and it said, "Dear Sam, I'm writing on behalf of my father. He would be absolutely delighted if you'd wear these stockings the next time you're presenting the weather. I know it would make his day and the day of all the residents in the care home at Havant. P.S. Please don't be worried, he hasn't had an erection since 2007. No word of a lie. And then there was the little packet that arrived for me in the newsroom, and all I'll say about that is, I thought they were rosary beads. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been bloody lovely. I'm Sam Fraser.